All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a game between XioKkkai and Infi taking place here on Echo Isle. Let me go ahead and make sure I do got those names correct. I do believe I have those names correct. Yeah, it is XioKkkai and Infi taking place here on Echo Isle. Over here, we have Infi spawning as the blue human. Meanwhile, XioKkkai spawning over here as the red orc. Orc versus human in this 1v1 matchup. Echo Isle, a map that everyone should be very familiar with, considering the map pool hasn't changed in years and years. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down here. What's going to be happening in this particular Warcraft 3 game? I am expecting an Archmage going up against a Blade Master just because the Archmage is such a powerful hero. And, well, the Blade Master is also a very powerful hero. Mountain King is a decent option. The problem with the Mountain King is that later on, your army really needs the benefit of that Brilliance Aura that the Archmage provides. If you don't have the Brilliance Aura, then you will end up losing out in the War of Attrition because you don't have enough mana to cast slow, as it will be quickly dispelled by those Spirit Walkers. Now, unlike in StarCraft 2, where you can easily do a tech switch and change direction of your boat, the Warcraft 3 engine and the Warcraft 3 game, both sides are rather, think of them as large companies where it is easy to get to a critical size, but it is very difficult for them to change direction. Production buildings, you rarely see more than 2 of any particular production building, short of workshops trying to produce mass flying machines. And even then, it would be very strange to see 2 barracks, either from the orc or the human player. Arcane Sanctum, probably one of the few buildings that do have 2 production buildings. Ancient of Lores, Ancient of Winds as well. I don't think I've ever seen double Slaughterhouse. I have seen double Crypt from the Undead if you are trying to go for Gargoyles. Let's go ahead and see how everything's going to be unfolding here. An army of militia making its way, taking down that Renegade Wizard and picking up a Talisman of Evasion. That Talisman of Evasion will be very important. Essentially, it gives as much hit points as a Ring of Protection +3. If you don't believe me, do the math. It is about the same. And, well, if you don't believe me, do the math. If you don't want to do the math, I've done it for you in an older video. And if you don't believe my math, I guess I could say I'm Asian, but does that really change anything? Anyways, Archmage is going to go ahead and pick up a Tome of Intelligence. Double No Poachers will get taken down as well. Meanwhile, Blade Master, using that Windwalk trick, mitigating the damage that the Ogre Warriors would be able to deal. And very nice, being able to use that Healing Salve and then Windwalking. He actually timed it. Waiting for the axe mid-animation in the air to hit the Blade Master. He then used the Healing Salve and Windwalked immediately. That is much more difficult to do than it sounds. And, well, the Blade Master is already back up to 350 hit points. Human, however, let's take a look. Sitting at level 2, if he can pick up a Tome of Experience, will get to level 3. That will be a big deal, and I believe that was, in fact, a Tome of Experience. A level 2 Water Elementals could make a very big splash, so to speak. As you see the Archmage now get up to level 3, is he going to pick up Dust of Appearance, Boots of Speed, Staff of Teleportation? Just Boots of Speed and Dust of Appearance, no Staff of Teleportation. Archmage now wandering out across the map, should have enough for 1 Water Elemental, may be able to squeeze in a second. But, but it's not going to be able to do that much damage. As we see, XioKkkai is already ready to go to with all of these Orc Burrows. He's going to have to take down 2 Orc Burrows to really stop any of the production. And the Archmage doesn't have enough mana for a second Water Elemental just quite yet. You can see those Orc Burrows are shooting away once more. Forest Troll Shadow Priest will be joining in on the fight. Archmage wants to drop that second Water Elemental. Should be doing so just now. Hasn't done so. And we are going to see this attack pretty much just fall completely flat. Meanwhile, at the other end of the woods, we see one farm currently trying to get repaired constantly, as you now have the Forest Troll Berserker going after these militia here. All right, is that Forest Troll Berserker going to get taken down? I do not believe so. Militia, how are ever going to be taken out, as we are not yet done teching the tier 2. Our Archmage continuing to put pressure onto these Orc Burrows. Water Elemental down to 87 hit points. It is going to fall relatively fast, and this is just a great job here, knowing to call to arms, or excuse me, call to the burrows all of these peons to prevent any serious harassment. Now the Blade Master and the Grunts are trying to put pressure onto the farm. Are we going to perhaps be getting a Mountain King? No, it is going to be a follow-up Beastmaster. He is doubling down on this strategy to try and take down Orc Burrows. Shadowhunter should be, or has not been started. Wow, Shadowhunter just now getting started here. Supply count 34 over 40. Perhaps there was a loss of gold because of the Orc Burrows being at full capacity, as we now see Quill Beast joining in on the fight. Archmage, that Water Elemental, is going to end up falling due to time life before another Archmage will be able to, Water Elemental will be able to be added here. Arcane Tower, is it going to get some pressure, as we now see, well, that Forest Troll Berserker doing crazy amounts of damage, as it was at light armor. All right, the peasants can just walk out across over here and say, you know what? I'm okay right now. The Blade Master is getting some superficial damage down onto the keep. It doesn't really matter until the building goes down, as we are now turning this into a massive base race. Shadowhunter is about to pop on out. Where is it going to go to? Peons are now trying to make their way across. Scroll of Town Portal now coming back the other way. Blade Master, what's going to happen? All of these units are now ready to engage. Footmen with the fend. Forest Troll Berserker, Water Elemental absorbing some damage, as the Archmage is now looking to back away without mana. Water Elemental getting in some splash damage there. Blade Master trying to maneuver every which way, as we now see the Lumber Mill get taken out again. Forest Troll Shadow Priest down to 125 hit points, but climbing, as the Blade Master now may try to make its way over as well. There's the Dust of Appearance. Blade Master sitting at level 3. Staff of Teleportation in order to escape. Shadowhunter is back out on the field, and both sides losing a lot of units here. 23 supply compared to 29. Population limit, however, is at 10? That cannot be right. 23 over 30. Oh, the colors are backwards. Orc Burrows, all of these were taken out, and now we are at 29 over 10. Absolutely upside down on supply, as we are now looking at the Shadowhunter looking to move back. I am surprised that the Shadowhunter and the Blade Master doesn't have more items. That's one of the ways that the Orc army can really get back into this game, as we see a quick Hex go down under the Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Forest Troll Shadow Priest will get taken out right there. Footmen will get taken out as well. And what was a supply advantage has now pretty much been completely mitigated, as we now see the units now trying to head back every which way. All right, this peon, well, is in for the snail life for quite some time, as the Blade Master pushes back this Water Elemental. 29 compared to 24 supply. You got to remember, the 29 army is the Orc army, as you see a Mud Golem getting taken out right there. All right, so far this is not looking good for the human army. Archmage now trying to slowly crab walk, sidewalk away, as the Archmage is still trying to get back once again. Archmage down to 110 hit points, or 110 mana, 250 hit points. Will it be able to get away? There is another Hex. Archmage down to 89. There is a Windwalk Strike finishing it off. And without that Water Elemental and, well, the Resurrection time, things are going to be a little bit rough for the next few moments. Arcane Sanctum. We should be looking at some Priest and some Sorceress. Staff of Teleportation. Shadowhunter heads back home. Going to be picking up some necessary items. Clarity Potion, Healing Salve, ready to join back in on this fight. As you can see, the Blade Master in that front position. All right, low hit point Grunt needs to be left behind. He cannot afford to get taken out. Every unit matters at this point, as the Militia doing a good job putting pressure back onto these units. Once the Shadowhunter gets there, though, 1, 2, 3 healing wave plus healing salves plus clarity potion, and that will pretty much be it, as the Grunts are now trying to fight back. There you go. There's a healing salve right there. Quill Beast is going to be able to get a shot off onto, yes, the Forest Troll Berserker, trying to mitigate that bit of damage. Footman is going to get hexed and taken down again, as we are looking at damage just melting away off of the Orc army. Orc army somehow able to stay alive just long enough as the Beastmaster is going to go ahead and run down this Forest Troll Berserker. It will take quite some time to catch up though, and once it does get it taken down, it gets to level 2. However, the Hawk is not going to be able to do very much. Militia now getting taken out as well. You can see 22 over 36 supply. Now up to 24. Quill Beast wants to get some more damage in. Sorceresses here ready to cast some slow. Archmage is about to be resurrected. And is that going to be enough? The Militia getting taken out as it was body blocked by one of its own brethren right there. Footman unable to escape there. Beastmaster, what's happening? This one grunt down to 61 hit points. Sorceress now backs off. Beastmaster gonna come in. Archmage comes in time as we now see the Blademaster trying to join back in on the fight. Beastmaster, Blademaster ready to come back here. Another peasant getting taken out. The Sorceresses hiding behind the wall doing a great job as the Blademaster trying to catch up to the Beastmaster. Archmage is sitting at 525 mana or hit points. 145 mana as the Spirit Walkers are now going to be joining up. 29 over 40 supply. Body blocked by a Spirit Walker, unable to get anywhere quickly, as you are going to see more Quill Beasts and Water Elementals trying to take down the Spirit Walker there. Spirit Walker, is it going to get some damage onto the... Get some damage? No, it's not. It's just blocking completely, and the Water Elemental should just be engaging against that Spirit Walker. Well, a healing salve charge would mitigate all of that damage anyway, so perhaps better to just buy a little bit of time, as we now see a Hawk overhead providing a little bit of insight into what's going on. Alright, Blademaster sitting at 195 mana, plenty of mana for Windwalk. Blademaster getting slowed right there, and a slowed Blademaster, significant drop off in damage, as you can see him unable to walk away easily. Damage are already down to 175 hit points. Healing Wave needs to come across here momentarily, as we see a Forest Troll Trapper will get taken out. However, level 4 will not be reached. Alright, let's take a look at this. Up splash damage right there, removing that all-important heal buff. That is a problem. You cannot allow a unit that has healing salve to end up getting that removed, as we're looking at the Hawk now looking to back off again. All right, Water Elemental, Sorceress, more units are going to try and engage. Archmage may try and engage off over here. Let's take a look at it. Are we going to perhaps see some ensnares go down as the Blademaster finally takes a little bit of damage? Blademaster, however, going to finish off a Priest. Spirit Walkers are in the back line. Supply count 38 compared to 31, as the units are now just adding up more and more. Blademaster sitting at level 4. Archmage still sitting at level 3, as this fight is going to rage on. Ogre Mauler joining in on the fight. That can cause some problems if that one Ogre Mauler keeps on trying to attack those units. But no, it is now a 1v1 fight. 38 supply compared to 29. Caster after caster, unit after unit quickly falling. And I believe this will pretty much be the end of it. Infi going to be losing the XioKkkai here in just a moment, as the armies are going to be reaching critical mass. There's not many units left. Speed Scroll now being used by this Raider in order to get away, down to 103 hit points. But there is the game. Overall score showed a relatively close game, but it never really felt like XioKkkai was in a bad situation. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.